It's on.
Oh, it's on.
It is so on.
Pull up a chair, grab a cold one, smoke 'em if you got 'em. It's time for the Fan Happy Hour.
On the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 and 1080. The Fan.
Here's your host, Luke Anderson.
Hey! Happy Friday, all you beautiful radio listeners. Gotta love a Friday when you're going on vacation next week. You out?
I'm out all week.
I'm out. Let's go. Holiday season is upon us. We appreciate all of you dropping in for our little happy hour. If you're watching us on YouTube, here is a hand gesture just for you. You're welcome. Feel free to hit us up on the chats there. If you are listening to us on the radio, if you're listening to us through the app on a smart speaker, hit us up on the text line, 503-864-6326. That spells 503-2GO-FAN. We'd love to hear your thoughts. You can join the conversation, ask questions on any topic, or send Jeff Rust your favorite historical Portland Trailblazers stats. You had one that you heard today, and I know you wanted to get it into the show, even though you got it into your other show. Question for listeners.
I don't know if we did it in the show. Maybe it was during the break.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't remember.
Oh,
all this stuff bleeds together.
So if Jeff Rust has an interesting stat from the firm, is he allowed to bring it on this show and present it as new? Now you're pretending you don't know where it was from.
No, I knew where it was from. I just don't remember if I said it on the air or during the break.
Okay, give the listeners your stats so we can get it out of the way. I know you really want to do it.
Since the Trailblazers joined the NBA in the 1970-71 season, no team has lost as many games by a single point as your Portland Trailblazers.
That's where you push the round of applause button. Congratulations, yes. Portland Trailblazers. That is
It's 133 of them.
133 games they've lost by a single point?
Yes, since their inaugural season, which if you think about it, you're looking at 50-plus seasons.
Who's second on that?
I don't know. They didn't give me a list.
All right. See, now that's...
wait, here we go. Never mind. Scroll down.
Look at that.
The Atlanta Hawks.
If you scroll down. And they played all the way back to the 50s when they were the St. Louis Hawks.
Mm-hmm. So, but again, this is just counting them from that 1970-71 season.
Perfect.
Yeah. So Blazers with 133 and the Hawks with 116.
That's quite a few more.
Yeah,
it's quite a few more. This on the heels of the stat yesterday. The Blazers have lost more games on a final shot 3-point buzzer beater than any team in a single calendar year with 3. So
very good at losing close games.
Yeah, so nobody better at it than your Portland Trailblazers. All right, I do want to let everybody know that we did take your pick yesterday, but Jeff Rust and myself will be out next week. You will have Dusty on Monday. You have Joe Fisher doing a 2-hour show on Tuesday and Dusty on Wednesday. I believe Lowercase will be with both of those gentlemen. Thursday, no show. So what we did yesterday when we did take your pick, the form is for 2 weeks. So if you want to play along, go to @FanHappyHour on Twitter or X or whatever you call it. Go to any of the fan socials. Find the form. It is for 2 weeks.
Yes.
You will only lose the Bills losing to the Texans last night. Most people pick Bills, so you'll be fine.
You'll be just fine.
Play along. It will be a great time. To start the show, I think I need to issue a little bit of apology.
Uh-oh.
I think I may have dumped on the NBA a little bit too hard yesterday.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure it was yesterday, speaking of making fun of you for not remembering when we said things. But the NBA feels like it is just trying all of these stupid things. We talked about the in-game or the in-season tournament. We made fun of the All-Star game. It feels like they have problems with trying to get stars to play. Their ratings are up.
Yeah.
The Blazers are not listed on this particular, but I feel like there's more excitement around the Portland Trailblazers this year.
Mm.
But as a whole, the NBA has more viewers in the opening month than they have in the last 15 years. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Over 60 million viewers have watched an national NBA game in the first month. Social media content is up over 30 billion views, which is a season record. Sales of merchandise is up by 20%. NBA League Pass subscriptions rose 10%. When time spent viewing games, also up 8%. In-arena attendance is on pace to match last year, which is the second best in league history, with 97% capacity league-wide. That's pretty damn good. That's all the metrics.
Yep.
People are buying more stuff. They're going to more games. They're watching more games at home. There are 10 teams right now that have sold out every home game this season. Celtics, Cavs, Warriors, Rockets, Heat, Knicks, Thunder, Suns, Spurs, Yaz.
Wow.
It's pretty damn good.
The Yaz in there too,
I'm telling you, both the Atlanta I didn't even take the gravity of what I'm about to say until right this moment. The Atlanta Hawks and the Charlotte Hornets are both up nearly 10% in attendance year over year.
Wow. Hey, looky there.
Driving the what do you call it? Merchandise. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Ant Edwards, Wembanyama, Tyrese Maxey, Cooper Flagg, Jalen Brunson, Luka Doncic,
and Blake Wesley.
Blake Wesley is not on the top of this list.
Gotcha.
I think Young-Han Sen might be selling a handful of jerseys.
He's probably selling a few internationally.
I would imagine that there are more of those being sold by mail order than at the team shop.
Yes.
But I could be wrong about that. I
be.
don't know. Like I said, the Blazers not mentioned specifically in what I am reading, but I mean, that seems like all the things that two old guys sitting in here griping about may not have the same effect as it does on the kids, man. People going out and buying it. You do see a lot of Blazers gear around town, and people are getting excited as I sit here in all of my Winterhawks gear today. But no, I mean, if the NBA is making these changes and it's resonating, you have to give them some credit for it. And it seems like they have all kinds of troubles. What got us talking about it yesterday was the whole load management thing and people missing time. But hey, if it's working, it's working. So I guess we have to say congratulations to the NBA.
I guess.
I mean, what's the goal? They signed a $1 billion media rights deal. They are filling up arenas. They are selling more merchandise. I mean, this is from ESPN that this article was written. It seems like they're checking every metric that you can imagine. So good on you. That's what I say. That's what I say. Should we do some, in case you missed it? All right. In case you missed it, speaking of the NBA, Philadelphia 76ers guard Tyrese Maxey scored a career-high 54 points and added 9 assists in a 123-114 overtime victory against the Milwaukee Bucks. Should we always put that an asterisk next to overtime 54-point games? Like, is that a thing that we should do? This is despite playing on a back-to-back while managing a bruised quadricep. That is awesome. Congrats to Tyrese. Nice work to see hard work pay off. Unfortunately, according to the unwritten rules of the NBA player policy, a 50-point game puts Maxey as a Tier 1 star, meaning he is no longer allowed to play back-to-backs. So that is it's disappointing. I know. In case you missed it, former Dodgers pitcher Clayton Kershaw has revealed his retirement plans. He declined a front office job that was offered by the Los Angeles Dodgers. He is going to pass on TV. He is planning to spend more time with his family.
Did I hear Urban Meyer say that too?
Just in time to welcome baby number 5. Not sure he knows what he's signing up for. He's going from 30 starts a year to 30 diapers a day, and there is no way his wife wants him home all the time. What do you think? 2 weeks before his wife makes him take a TV job? Is that...
Get on out of here.
Get out of here. You're cramping my style. I have 2 nannies. I just want to watch some TV. The kids are taken care of. You made like $200 million where you're playing. Nobody needs you here.
I'm tired of seeing your face.
Oh my God, it's not. Can you imagine if you're like, I made a bunch of money, I'm gonna be home all the time? What your wife would be like? No, get out of here.
Go get a hobby.
No, get 3 hobbies. Nobody wants you around that much. All right. In case you missed it last night on Thursday Night Football, veteran referee Adrian Hill suffered a non-contact injury to his left leg during the Bills-Texans game and was carted off the field. Is it bad that watching a 60-year-old tweak his hammy in the transition from a light jog to a medium hustle was the most relatable sports have felt in like a decade? Is that a sign you're old? I'm like, oh, buddy, I can relate.
I did see they had an update. He avoided any serious injury.
Yeah.
He could return this season.
Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad to hear that. I was actually trying to see what the injury was. I went with tweaked hammy because it sounded funny to me.
I believe they checked out his Achilles.
Oh,
yeah.
That is dangerous. But yeah, I did not see an actual report anywhere. But there you go. In case you missed it, running back Josh Jacobs strongly criticized the MetLife Stadium turf after suffering a knee injury there, calling it definitely the worst. Well, hey, what do you expect from a stadium named after an insurance company? Huh? Am I right?
You go there to play the Jets and Giants, and you're almost insured a win.
Oh, come on. No, playing the Jets and Giants and expecting a win is like wrestling a girl in middle school. If you win, you're supposed to. If you lose, you lost to a girl. At least the odds are lower that you won't be aroused and then caught in the middle of your middle school gymnasium while your mom and your science teacher are watching you grow through a singlet. That's the only thing that you got. Too personal. Did that happen?
What? No, not at all.
No, never. They offered. I was in middle school. What was it? Middle school varsity wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, hey, we need somebody to wrestle this girl from the other school. Would you like to do that? I'm like, no, there is no outcome of this that results in anything good for anybody involved.
Yes.
I will pass, please, and thank you. Just scrawny little boys wearing singlets wrestling girls.
I still remember, too, I think the first day of PE in like 7th grade, which was junior high for us.
Oh,
so,
showers?
First year.
Yeah, it was junior
not
high
even
for me,
showers, but sitting around doing the warm-ups and the entire class doing sit-ups. And, of course, that's when somebody rips one. And, we're all 12, so it's the funniest thing you've heard in a year.
I had a friend in junior high. We had a 9th grade, freshman, retreat, whatever. We went out to watch a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting next to my friend Nick Ladwig, who could fart on command.
That's a talent.
Watching Mission Impossible, the original.
Mm-hmm.
So when, what's his name? Ethan Hunt.
Yes.
He descends from the ceiling and the entire theater is silent.
Yeah.
And you can hear a pin drop. Nick sitting right next to me gives me an elbow and a wink and just blasts one for the entire theater filled with freshmen. Yeah. He nailed it. One of the funniest things. And finally, in case you missed it, the Houston Texans received widespread criticism for their bright red alternate uniforms they debuted during Thursday Night Football. When asked why the Texans saved the debut of the alternate uniforms for their only Thursday night game of the year, a team official said that they really knew that they wanted to wear it in November, and they felt like the Thursday before Thanksgiving was the right time of the month. No? They said they thought the uniforms looked great. Period. Oh, that one gets an actual. Come on.
That gets the actual rim shot.
Look at that. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Very excited for today's show at 2:30. The man that played Champ Kind in Anchorman 1 and 2, Todd Packer from The Office, David Koechner, will join us for the Fan Club Friday. But right now, we need to get to the Daily Buzz. We do it next on the Fan Happy Hour on 105.1 The Fan.
Top headlines, trending topics, and trivial matters that got our attention. It's the Daily Buzz on the Fan Happy Hour.
The Buzz.
Here's your host, Luke Anderson.
Bit of a shocker last night on Thursday Night Football. Thursday nights, of course, are practices for the aggressive Orange Otters, so I did not get to watch the entire game, but it sounds like it was all Houston. Went back and looked at highlights, and you get a final score of 23-19. You're like, oh, at least it was a close game, but then you factor in the Ray Davis kickoff return for a touchdown, and then you look at the highlights, and holy cow, going back and looking at that, the Houston Texans defense has been kind of an afterthought for me, and I apologize as somebody that talks about sports for not realizing how pissed off they are. They were adamant that if they're going to get the stage to be on prime time, they're going to show everybody what they're about. 8 sacks on Josh Allen, just ripping through the line at every opportunity they can have. The 8 sacks, that's one thing. You know how many negative yards Josh Allen was sacked for?
No.
70.
Well, I guess, yeah, you get sacked 8 times.
Well, yeah, but that's, I mean still to average, what is that, 8 yards per sack or whatever it
9,
is? I mean,
basically.
but yeah, there's sacks are not all created equal.
No.
I mean, I watched Russell Wilson for a long time. It would be sacked 25 yards at a time. So granted, but going back and putting somebody back negative 70 yards is obviously a huge deal. 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions, and a forced fumble. It was a pretty aggressive display of a team that I think we need to take notice. And, you know, after the game, you had the members of the defense coming out and going, we are definitely the best defense out there. And I'm looking at it right now. You know how many points they're allowing per game right now, the Houston Texans, through 11 games?
Let's see. Well, I'm going to go with around 18.
16 and a half. They're allowing fewer than 270 yards, 264 to be exact. The top 3 defenses by yards are your Houston Texans, Cleveland Browns, and Broncos. The Broncos make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Browns being in there is a little bit surprising, but they do have a lot of talent on that side of the ball. 4 would be the Chargers. 5 would be the Lions by yardage. By points, Houston, Rams, Broncos, Chiefs, Patriots, and then Seahawks there. But yeah, I mean, Houston is, by measures that matter, the best defense in football, and I think it's time to kind of reassess what you can expect from the Texans moving forward.
The Buzz.
We haven't talked about the Seahawks a ton this week. We did a lot last week because last week's game was exciting to talk about before. This one is not. They're traveling to Nashville to take on the Tennessee Titans. Couple little notes for you. We don't need to spend a ton of time on this matchup. I think there's an expectation that the Seahawks will win this game going away. But right now, your Seattle Seahawks, number 1 in the NFL in what? Turnovers. Yeah. 20 turnovers, 14 of them accounted for by your quarterback. I'm not asking for a lot from this game. I expect you to win. You've won a lot of games with plenty of turnovers. This would be the response that I would hope for, is Sam Darnold to go out there and have a clean game. I don't need you to throw for a ton of yards. I'd love to see JSN stay on the pace that he's on. It'd be fun to see them go and blow out a team and do it early and get a bunch of yards and rack up more statistics or whatever. I want to see a 0 in the turnover column. Right now he has 10 interceptions and 4 fumbles. It's not a great look when you are 2 turnovers ahead of the Minnesota Vikings, led by J.J. McCarthy and one-armed Carson Wentz all year. They got rid of Sam Darnold. It's like, I can't believe the Vikings got rid of him. Yeah.
I believe I heard Swag say this morning the Seahawks have turned the ball over 12 times in their last 4 games.
They have. Well, four turnovers in 2 of those games,
Yes.
I believe. Maybe it was 3 against the Commanders in a game that they dominated. They were so far ahead that nobody even noticed that Sam Darnold was handing it to the other team and chucking it around the yard. So it is not pretty, and it's certainly not something that you want to see. But if you are going to go on a stretch where you're taking on teams that you are expected to beat, starting with the Titans, let's put a 0
Yeah.
on the turnover. Let's see a plus sign on the turnover margin would be even great. So you're just since I have it here, I like to know these things. If you don't, this is the company that the Seahawks are keeping. Seahawks number 1 in turnovers, Vikings number 2, Dolphins number 3, Bengals. And here's another surprise for you. Maybe not after last night. The Buffalo Bills number 5. So I just mentioned a lot about the Texans and how good that defense is. The Bills might be a team that you worry about. Let's flip it to the other side. The fewest turnovers. I'll give you the team. You give me the number. Seahawks have 20. They're the most. Philadelphia Eagles won't surprise you that they're the least. Guess how many turnovers they have through 10 games?
Through 10 games. Let's go with 8, Bob.
Cut it in half.
Wow.
4. 4! Chiefs have only 6. Chicago Bears only have 6. Buccaneers, Lions, and Packers all with 7. How about that?
Man.
The Bears, look at that. Ball security.
There we
Who
go.
friggin' knew?
The Buzz.
I did because I looked it up earlier.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't want to pretend like I just learned it or whatever. I'm trying to, create some
Spitting numbers.
enthusiasm for it. The trip out to Nashville does have some historical relevance for the Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
It was their first big road trip. This was where they played their second preseason game last year. The Seahawks have said that this is a place that they credit a lot of the culture building foundation that they have. So Mike McDonald's first road trip as a head coach. So kind of expect this to be something of a uniting moment and a team that's coming off a hard loss. A good thing to have. Last thing on the Seahawks, Gray Zabel is listed as questionable for the game. Also on that list is Kenneth Walker III, Robbie Oots, and Ernest Jones listed out. Torrey Horton and Tyrese Knight. We move on.
The Buzz.
Portland Trailblazers taking on the Warriors tonight. We talked about how bad the Blazers have been as of late. Their most recent loss was at the hands of the Chicago Bulls, buzzer-beating three-pointer. I don't need to get into that. But the Blazers taking on a team that they're right now scoring at a better clip than the Warriors, who we think of as a high-scoring team. In the last matchup, the Portland Trailblazers won 139 to 119. Neither team really great right now, but the Warriors do have a much better record, 9-8 versus 6-9. But they have played a couple more games. You're going to have no Shaden Sharp, no Drew Holiday. So get ready for Denny, downhill Denny, to just run everybody over.
Yeah,
that's what you're going to get a lot of. All right, David Keckner, Todd Packer, Champ Kind is going to join us, and he is going to do it next. So we will go over to the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk and see what we missed.
This update brought to you by Langdon Farms Golf Club. Good or bad weather, the golf course is always the driest around. Download the Langdon Farms app today to get all the latest news and specials. Mr. Anderson, a North Carolina woman called 911 recently to report a bald eagle dropped a cat on her windshield while driving on the highway.
Yikes!
She told the dispatcher, quote, "You may not believe me, but I just had a bald eagle drop a cat through my windshield."
Through the windshield.
Through my windshield.
On the windshield and through the windshield are two very different things.
And it absolutely shattered my windshield. No, that's got a big old hole in it. I saw the picture.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
This is a house cat?
Apparently, yeah.
Well, I mean, you said cat. There are different sized cats. If it was a bobcat, that'd be a whole thing.
That'd be a hell of a strong eagle.
Yeah.
The dispatcher replied, quote, "I do believe you, honestly." The woman added a witness.
Happens all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What are you, new here?
Yeah, come on. You're lucky this is the first time it happened to you. We call that cat drop highway out there. It happens so often. Oh, yeah, you're on the 19? Yeah, it happens all the time.
The woman added a witness saw the whole thing. Quote, "He's like, that's the craziest thing I've ever seen." North Carolina Highway Patrol officials said it happened around 8:15 a.m. on Thursday morning in Swain County. According to troopers, the driver was not injured. However, the cat did not survive.
Shocked to hear that. How close have you ever been to a bald eagle?
Not driving past one as it like sits on the power line or a power pole.
They are
Massive.
huge.
Yes.
When I worked at Skamania Lodge, we used to have like the Raptor thing. They would come out and they'd bring like a big tractor tire, tie a bald eagle to it, have it sit in like the middle of the little field right out in front, and then they do like, here's a Harris hawk, and here's a pigeon, and here's a goat with wings, or whatever they did.
Right.
But the bald eagle is sitting there, and this toddler-aged child pops up and thinks it wants to go pet the pretty bird. I was standing there because I was working, and so I see her go out, and I'm like, I don't care whose kid this is. And I went in and grabbed it, and I'm like, here you are, you're welcome. Please keep an eye on your children. Those things are enormous, and we do our annual sockeye trip up to Alaska. They'll land close to you. I don't know what they weigh, because birds have hollow bones and whatnot.
Right.
Effing huge.
Actually, they don't
birds.
weigh anything because they're not real.
There you go.
Yeah, there we
That's
go.
fair.
More sports scores and stories in 60 minutes. I'm Jeff Rust from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of Ducks game day. Before and after every Ducks football game this season. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
The guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, president of Leaf Filter, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I
that he's played in film and some TV roles. David Koechner is performing 2 shows tonight at Helium Comedy Club, 2 shows tomorrow night, and a show on Sunday. David, that's right. Really happy to meet you.
A blessing. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. We were talking just a little bit before you came on the air with me. Huge football fan, and unfortunately, a Chiefs fan. Man, the last few years have been really tough for you. How much has it been to struggle through all these Super Bowls? I mean, going every year, because your football season goes longer and you have to spend more time. You probably have to invest in more gear because you have so many players.
Here's the thing. I've been a Chiefs fan since I was 9 years old.
Okay.
Okay. My older cousins from Kansas City. I'm from a small town in Missouri. Okay. My older cousins were near Kansas City, so I watched the then longest game in history, Christmas Day, Chiefs versus Dolphins. We wind up overtime, right? Wide right, Jan Stenerud, we don't go. The year before, we won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I waited 50 years between Super Bowls.
Super Bowl, you had Super Bowl II was the Kansas City Chiefs with Len Dawson, if I remember correctly.
Correct.
My dad and I used
Hank
to
Stram.
Yeah. My dad and I used to sit and watch. They'd replay all the Super Bowls on ESPN to kind of lead you into it. And my dad was always so fun to watch him with because he's like, oh yeah, Len Dawson. He had some guys coming after him for some bets, and Hank Stram was this. Oh, that was, you never heard that story?
I didn't know that, no.
Apparently Len Dawson was very happy to make wagers on games and had bookies after him, and then he'd sit there and just smoke all his cigarettes during halftime.
Wow.
Again, these are stories from my father, so whether they're true or not, they are printed on my brain.
You know, in the old days, guys had to take jobs in the off season.
Sure, yeah.
Johnny Unitas worked at a tile store.
Did he
in the off season? Yeah,
Oh,
they didn't even pay. Yeah.
Was he the most popular tile salesman out there? Because right now in the NBA, like what's his name, Kawhi Leonard has a fake job where they pay him millions of dollars not to work.
Yeah, still to be determined, right?
We'll figure that out.
No, so I waited 50 years between Super Bowls,
Sure.
so I don't care what anyone says, how much they. I thought the hate for the Chiefs came too quickly.
I was actually always surprised by that. I never got on the, I'm so sick of these guys. And explain this to me. Why do football fans get upset when they pan over to beautiful pop star in the crowd?
Who cares?
That's the dumbest thing.
Right.
Oh, this football game was great until they started showing beautiful women. What are we doing?
Yeah, someone broke it down. She got 11 seconds of airtime, and people were complaining.
And they complain for 2 weeks.
It just brings more eyes to the game. It's good for the game. It's good for everything. People complain about anything.
Amen to that.
But here's the thing: the Patriots. How long did it take before they got some hate? Like year 9 of their dynasty.
Yeah, probably.
It was when they played the Eagles. I think everybody was rooting for the Eagles.
Well, I mean, I was certainly rooting for the Seahawks as a local boy. That's always been my team. So that one was really hateful. But after they won 3, I was kind of over the Patriots. But Bill Belichick's act wore way thin on me way quicker than Andy Reid is a delight.
Yeah.
And you've seen my favorite photo, maybe in sports history. You've seen the photo of him at the punt, pass, and kick contest.
Oh, as a youth.
Yes. He's like 12 years old and he's like 250 pounds.
Yeah.
And there's all of these small children next. There's I think there's so many good stories around the Chiefs that I do find them somewhat likable. I really don't like the Eagles that much. I mean, I know they just won, but the way they're winning games this year, it reminds me of the Broncos, which I know you hate. And I'm lucky enough to be a Seahawks fan. I can hate the AFC West and the NFC West with almost equal time in my lifetime.
You've got good balance. I'm happy for Sam Darnold. He's gone around and around, and now he's doing great.
Last week wasn't great. The 4 picks, but you're
one.
He's okay.
I love a guy who's moved around.
Yeah.
Right. Had a raw deal again and again and again, and now he's killing it. I love it.
Well, let's talk more about you because you've gone. If we get into the Sam Darnold conversation, it will get derailed, and I don't want to do that. I want to talk about you. So David Koechner with us. He's at Helium for 5 shows this weekend: 2 tonight, 2 tomorrow, and 1 on Sunday. I have to admit, until I set up this interview, I had not watched any of your stand-ups. So people that know you from The Office, people that know you from Anchorman, people that know you from, hey, I know that guy from the thing that's in the movie, that I imagine you get a lot of that.
Yeah.
Tell us about your stand-up. You've been doing this a long time.
I started doing it when I had my 5th kid. So I've always done live. So I started, let's see, I was at Second City in the 80s. So I've always done live my whole life, right? Always doing stuff on stage. And after I had my 5th kid, I decided, you know what? I better never be out of a job. And with stand-up, you can just go to work, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I did it. And, it was just another part of my, retinue.
Yeah. You're a Renaissance man.
No. But so I'm grateful that it's there, right?
Yeah.
And I love doing live. So you're asking what it is?
Yeah, like what can people expect? Because there's some people that take all of their movie experiences, all of their and tell behind the scenes stories.
No, I don't do that.
Yeah, see, we talked.
That's not stand up. Now, if you've got a great story, fine.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you're just telling, I don't think people come for that particular thing.
Perfect. Right. And I watch those. So tell us what it is.
Okay, it's almost like if I ask you to describe your personality, it's hard to do. So I just give you kind of the running order. So I have 5 kids. All right.
Yep.
So that's part of it. 5 kids. I've been married. I've been divorced.
Yeah.
I've not dated. I'm an alcoholic.
Okay.
Sober.
Yeah.
Recovered. So that figures into it too. So, to me, it's the truth of life and how we all deal with that type of thing. The triumphs and tragedies of childbearing and child rearing. Yeah. What else? An auctioneer who's having a nervous breakdown. Let me think. Moses is in the show. Moses, that's right. Very good.
It's biblical. How old are your 5 kids?
Charlie's 26, Margot's 24, Sergeant and Audrey are 19, and Eve is 14.
So twins in there.
Yes.
Yeah, fantastic. I have twin daughters myself.
Nice.
So you've been doing stand up since your 5th was born.
Right.
So you're going on your 2nd decade of doing stand up comedy. How was it making that transition with kids in the house? And as they grow up, this is always fascinating to me because my kids will hear me on the radio. They'll hear a commercial that I've done. They'll dismiss it almost immediately. But as your kids grew up, do they care who you are? Do they care what you do? Does it bother them that they're part of your stand-up? When you have a new movie come out, a new role,
well, here's the thing. It's always been part of their life.
Sure, yeah.
Right? And we treat it as just that's dad's job.
Yep.
And as time goes on, they recognize different levels of interest from other people, which at first, when they're young, it's kind of confusing.
Sure.
I remember once we were at a mall, and Margot, she was my second daughter, I think she was like 10, and I think we were shopping for something for her, and she said, "Dad, that person's looking at you. You should go talk to them." I'm like, "No, sweetheart, that's not how it works." But anyway, so plus it was a slow build, so they know how to deal with it like I do too. And the best part is they don't trade on it.
Yeah.
My daughter was in college last year as a freshman, and they didn't find out that her dad was Todd Packer until like the last month of school. And so they don't trade on it. They understand what it is, and they deal with it the same way I do. It's just, it's what dad does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's got to be, it's got to be pretty wild for somebody to just discover something. Have your kids happened upon something that you did in the Wayback Machine and brought it up and asked questions about it? Or, because you've been an entertainer of some sort for how long?
30, 40 years.
Yeah. So every once in a while, do they bump into something you did that long ago?
They'll be pleasantly surprised. I remember when Margot was in high school, they were watching a movie at someone's house. It was Get Smart, and she was like, "Oh, that's my dad." Like, so, she didn't know. It's whatever.
Yeah. Well, I would be remiss if I didn't bring up for our audience the fact that you played Champ Kind in Anchorman and Anchorman 2. How did you put on the persona of the sports guy? Because this is kind of what we do in sports radio. So because if I read correctly, a lot of or almost all of that was improv.
Well, okay. First of all, Champ apparently doesn't really know much about sports.
Neither do
right?
we. Hate to blow the secret, neither do we.
Right. So we can all emulate. We've all watched local sports all our lives, so we can emulate that type of thing. The script was amazing.
Okay.
And it was, a delight. So it's just a performance piece, and you're having fun doing it.
Yeah.
And so what Adam would do, McKay, the director, we would shoot each scene at least 3 times as scripted.
Yeah.
And then Adam would say, "Let's let the squirrel out of the bag," and then we'd start improvising. And so it really adds a different chemistry to it.
Sure.
Because as an actor, you're supposed to be listening actively, correct?
Yeah.
Which is really
Sorry,
what you're
what
doing.
was that?
Yes. You're actually just waiting for that person to finish their line. Oh, it's my line.
Yeah.
But if you're improvising, you have to actually be listening and engaged because you don't know what someone's going to say.
Yeah.
So I think it gives it an extra charge to it.
And what was your relationship like with the cast? Because you're, there with Paul Rudd, Steve Carell, Will Ferrell. That's a pretty all-star cast.
Yeah, I'd known Adam McKay, the director, since 1990 at Second City, and I'd known Steve since 1990 as well. So we'd all worked in.
And when you were at Second City, sorry, this is
it's
the
fine.
comic
Sure,
in me.
sure.
My brain gets very excited. Steve Carell, Stephen Colbert, who else was at Second City?
Brother,
Do I have
there's
it
a
right?
list of about 50 people. You'd recognize about 20. The rest of them have become writers, producers, directors that have influenced comedy for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
It's just incredible.
I had two paths in front of me, and one of them was I almost moved to Chicago
Really?
to do Second City. I moved to Las Vegas to do stand-up instead. Long roundabout
Why
way. I
Vegas?
ended up back here. I had a friend there that had a free place to stay.
That is a couch. You went for the free couch.
It was. I could get out of Vancouver, Washington, and I could go to Las Vegas and all the bright, shiny lights, and I had to pay $0 for the first month and a half, and that was what a poor 21-year-old Luke Anderson did. But
How many years did you do that?
off and on, probably 12. I did a show fairly recently and got back into it. The week I went full time at the radio station was the same week I found out I had twin daughters, and my wife we were having twin daughters, and my wife said maybe we should cut out one of the things, the 12 things that you're doing. And unfortunately, stand-up was the first one on the chopping block because she works at a movie theater. Long story.
Yeah.
So I decided to go that way, but now I just have. This whole segment is designed so that I can talk with comics and start getting one foot back in the door.
You can always go back.
Well, that's what you
And
said.
why not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So this show has been great because I've got to meet with you. I talked with Patrick Warburton, also from Get Smart, last week.
Yep.
So back to Anchorman. How much had you worked with Paul Rudd? How much had you worked?
I had not met Paul yet.
Okay.
So, but I knew Will because Will and I were in Saturday Night Live together.
Yeah.
And so I known Steve and Adam for 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Can't remember.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. So
And you were a full cast member for 2 seasons.
One season.
One
SNL.
season.
Yeah.
What was that experience like?
To me, it's just like, okay, here's the break I wanted, and here it is, and let's go.
Yeah.
I didn't play politics very well.
Gotcha.
So,
yeah.
and I didn't care to.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing was, I had already decided I wasn't going to stay that long anyway.
Okay.
And sometimes, you told the universe that?
Yeah.
It didn't hear your timeline. It said, why don't you go ahead and go?
Yeah.
But, I'm blessed. Things worked out for me.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's certainly fun to be able to sit down and talk with you. I am a big fan. Every time you pop up on screen, I know that the humor is right around the corner. Have you done any serious roles?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of because back in the day,
that's
yes, Waiting, one of the more serious movies.
Not quite a drama.
Thank
People consider. Mine just went blank. Thank You for Smoking.
Oh,
it's a light comedy. Yeah.
Aaron Eckhart, right?
Yeah.
Good movie.
I've done a couple horror films.
Okay.
One I did 2 years ago called Ganymede is a drama.
Okay.
Here you go. You ready?
Yeah.
Here's the genre. It's a bender. It's a gay coming of age story with a horror twist. And I play a really nasty preacher, and that was a lot of fun.
Oh, I'll bet it was.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite role? I'm sure you probably get that question.
Here's what I like to talk about. It's called Cheap Thrills, and that's kind of a drama too.
Okay.
It's not for children. Not for children. It's a really intense, twisted thriller with some dark comedic undertones, but it will not disappoint. It's really good.
Cheap Thrills.
Cheap Thrills is one of my favorite things I did. Yeah. We shot it in 10 days in Los Angeles during a heat wave with rolling blackouts. And it was fantastic.
And that's not even the premise of the movie.
Correct. Just added to, yes, it informed the film, if you will.
Let's have everybody be tense because the whole city's going in and out. We don't know if this take will make it to the end.
Right.
Go!
It was an independent film, so it was a first-time director, so you don't know how things are going to go. I was shocked how well it turned out, quite frankly.
Yeah, that's another thing. You don't have any control. Once you do your part, you kind of leave it alone. Do you have one that's the opposite? where you
Of course.
felt like you nailed it? Could you want to mention it?
Oh,
or
that
do-
I nailed it.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I absolutely nailed that. And it comes out, and you're like, you cut all my good stuff.
I don't know. Yeah, probably.
Well, I'm glad that Cheap Thrills
It's
is
a good
one that you can
It's a good one.
recollect.
Not for children.
Not for
Yeah.
children. Your stand-up fun for all ages. I'm sure
Well,
it's
the club's
21 and over,
21
and
yeah.
over shows, but even people that are just turned 21 and just turned 91, everybody can come and have
Oh,
a great
of course.
time. Well, there
Of
you go.
course.
David Koechner, 2 shows tonight. 2 shows tomorrow, 1 show on Sunday.
Yep.
Go to heliumcomedy.com to get tickets. Absolute pleasure to meet you.
Thank you so much.
We're going to move on and do one more for the road. We wrap up the show next. This is Happy Hour on 105.1 and the Fan Sports Network.
Relax, hot shots.
Welcome back to the Fan Happy Hour. We're about to wrap things up.
Maybe you guys like what I have so far?
Wicked woman, cool creams and misters. You got a cool spell on me.
Let's grab one more for the road.
Come on, everybody. Everything's smooth.
Here's Luke Anderson.
All right, Mr. Rust, what are the people saying on the text toy and the YouTube chats?
From the old text machine here, awesome interview with David Koechner, Todd Packer, you know.
Could not have been a nicer guy.
Super
We
nice
talked
guy.
football for I don't know how much time we had in between, but the entire time and a little behind the scenes. He's like, effing this, effing that, whatever. And then he gets on. He just couldn't have been cooler. He took a couple pictures with us, signed the wall just now. So, could not have been a nicer guy. He's awesome.
And then in terms of the Bald Eagle, Heron Lakes Golf Course, the 9th hole, it was an adolescent or teenager, still wider than my arm span.
Okay.
Like the wingspan.
The wingspan, I looked it up, 6'7" for a wingspan on a fully grown adult. Yeah, that's right.
Sorry,
no, you're
I'm
good. You're
sorry.
fine.
No,
You're good.
I'm not good. That's not okay.
It's perfectly fine in today's world. Then about 14 pounds, they can lift up an animal that's 3 or 4 pounds.
Oh, so that was not a large cat that eagle got then.
No, but it will thrash you up. I'm not
That's-
fighting a
yeah.
bald eagle anytime soon.
No, thank you.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
One of the things that I got very curious about when I sat down back at my computer after talking with Mr. Keckner, Cheap Thrills. 2014, a couple engages two friends in a series of dares in exchange for money, with each challenge upping the ante in both rewards and boundaries. It's got a 6.7 on IMDb. So if you want to check it out, it is comedy, crime drama, dark comedy, thriller. And I have never heard of this. Have you ever heard of Fossum TV?
Yeah.
Okay. So it appears to be free, but I looked it up on IMDb, and you can just click right on it, and you can watch said movie.
Nice.
So if you
There
want
you
to go and check it out, the movie that Mr. Keckner was saying, not for kids.
Yeah.
But
like if I use the old voice command on the Xfinity remote at home, and it'll, looking for whatever movie, what have you, it'll tell you what platform it's available on. But yes, I have oftentimes seen.
So are there
Fossum TV.
are there commercials on Fossum TV? Because I clicked on it, it
don't
started
really
to play.
remember.
It started to play the movie. Of course, I'm not going to watch it right now.
Right.
But it
That
says
is one of those where you can get clued in. And if it's going to be edited or not, if it says, like, if it's a rated R movie,
yeah.
But if it says the TVMA, that means edited for television and probably dubbed out the bad words and such.
Well, we don't want that, but yeah, you can watch it on Fossum, Plex, Roku, Tubi, or you can rent it. So I don't know what the best way to do it is. I did not recognize a ton of the other players. Somebody named Pat Healy, Sarah Paxson, Ethan Embry are in it.
Ethan Embry, he played Rusty Griswold in Vegas Vacation.
Did he really?
Yes.
That's a good callback.
Yeah,
Totally him.
As a teenager, he was in some of those teen movies.
Yeah. Okay.
From that era.
Yeah, I'm looking at him right now, and I can totally see the little Rusty Griswold on there.
That's Nick Papa Giorgio.
Papa Giorgio. One of the most disappointing things about Vegas that has changed since I lived there, where they played Pick a Hand and Guess a Number or whatever, was the Klondike Hotel. It has been torn down. Used to be by the sign. That was my favorite place to start an evening. Well, big thank you to David Keckner. Check out his shows at Helium. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you, Jeff Rust. And thank you, Isaac Robb. We're all done for now. Bye-bye.
You must always face the curtain.